That's awesome. We are still up and grateful. We're still up and grateful, Lord. Up and grateful. Off now. I'm good. What's up? Yeah, what's that? Even easy believes in drinking water. Always drink water.
Am I gonna get you?
Aproko Doctor is calling me.
If you leave your plastic water bottle inside a hot car, please don't drink from it.
What have I done with myself?
First of all, you need to understand that when you heat plastic up, especially in a car that is not air conditioned, sun has been beating it, and then you come back and then you feel that the car is hot and the bottle is hot, it is possible that some of those plastic inside the bottle may have leached into the water because of the extreme heat. If you drink that water, the microplastic in it might affect your endocrine system. Basically, it might affect some of your hormones. We are still trying to find out what some of these effects are over time. So instead of drinking from that hot plastic bottle that you left inside your car since morning, just go and pour it inside your engine. Use it and do coolant for the engine. Don't drink it. Once rabies gets to this stage, there's almost nothing you can do. Rabies is a viral infection that is in the saliva of many of these animals, especially dogs if you look at where we live. And then when they scratch you, it can now travel and get into the central nervous system. The moment it gets to the central nervous system, there is really nothing you can do except just support. The person will most likely always die. If you get bitten by a dog, number one is to ensure that you wash that particular area that has been bitten for 15 minutes with gentle soap and water. Sometimes you might need to, press it a bit so that some of the infected blood will come out. But if it's bleeding profusely, then you need to apply pressure. I'm sure I've taught you people how to do first aid on that. When you're done, go to the hospital, especially if you are not sure of the rabies vaccine that dog has collected. Your wound will be accessed. If they are not sure, you'll be given something to help mop up that, rabies virus in it so that that person can actually live long. Because it can actually take like 2 to 3 months for it to actually get to this level after the first bite. Because initially, person might start feeling things like fever, headache, body pains, tingling at the sides. They will not really know where it's coming from. This is just one type of rabies called the furious rabies. The second type of rabies is called the paralytic rabies. That one, it will just start with gradual paralysis. The person will just be paralyzed until they die. Please ensure that your dog is also vaccinated against rabies so that you can help us. If you're watching this, please send this video to someone who you think might benefit from it.
Aproko Nation, I hope you know that these 3 different bananas are not the same. They do different things to your body. You see this green banana? Yes. It contains what we call resistant starch, so it's harder for your body to break down. That simply means that your body will take its time to break it down, raising your blood sugar slowly. But the most important thing is that your intestines actually love it a lot. Wow. You see this one that is yellow pawpaw, has actually had the starch broken down to simple carbohydrates. So as you're eating it, your body is not doing much work. It's just raising your blood sugar. Boom. But it's easy for your body to digest.
That's good.
You see this one? Your eyes will not like it, but let me tell you why your body will like it. Okay. The chlorophyll that is around this thing has been broken down a lot, releasing what we call antioxidants, right? And this antioxidant is good for your body, especially with all the toxins that we have every day. So you can find a way to use this and do something. I don't know, because even they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but this one has to enter my belly first and my body before it understands that it's beautiful. Now, make your choice inside the comment section. Don't forget to tell Emeka about this video, because you know the one he likes. Or you can also use it for planting too. Director, cut camera, I finished shooting. Let me explain to you why soda and strong bone cannot be in the same sentence.
Let's have it.
There's something, when you drink soda, there's a taste you usually have that has to slap your cheek. Yes, that Oyibo used to call it tart.
Well, let's get to the business of today.
What is responsible for that taste or for that feeling is something they call phosphoric acid. And in small quantities, it has been shown to be safe. However, if you drink too much of it, it can cause your bones to be weak. Let me explain. Phosphoric acid, right, inside this thing prevents your body from actually absorbing the calcium in your food. And your bone needs calcium in order to be strong. So if phosphoric acid is fighting for calcium for space, then what happens? Your body cannot get calcium from the food that you eat. If you don't have calcium from the food that you eat, what happens? Your bones become weak, and any small thing, bone will break. What I'm actually saying is that you should take it easy with soda.
Let's see what will happen.
Before you say, yeah, Aproko Doctor has come to cancel everything again, I'm just informing you. Do with this information what you will. If you want to treat malaria properly, watch this video. Because some of you are treating nonsense. That's why the malaria is not going. First of all, you need to understand that. For example, now this one, chloroquine. If we are scoring it on how effective it is at treating malaria alone, 39%. That's failure. This one, S&P. If you are scoring it by say 56%, it passed but it not pass like that, meaning that it's not effective enough. This other two, this one is artesunate injection, this one is artemether injection. If you use them alone by themselves, they work, very effective. But here's the problem. They just go in, but their half-life is very short. In other words, they're like 2 minutes men. They are done. And the parasites will continue to grow again. Which is why the federal government has said that in Nigeria, currently, you cannot use any of these drugs by themselves to treat acute, uncomplicated malaria. As you are trying to kill the malaria parasite is also trying to kill you. So in other words, it's adapting, it's becoming resistant. Because some of you are just abusing drugs. You will just have small fever like this, you think it's malaria, you go and treat it. Meanwhile, it's not malaria that is doing you. Which is why one of the best drugs to actually treat malaria is artemisinin combination therapy. In other words, they combine artemisinin-based drugs with some other drugs. As the malaria parasite is avoiding this one, it's collecting from the other one. That's how it's supposed to be. You never even give the malaria parasite chance to rest. It's combination therapy. Monotherapy by itself is useless. And finally, before you treat malaria, please test. In the Nemama of Aproko Nation, you also need to understand that sometimes seizures can look like this. I know it's strange to some of you because you've already, once you just hear seizure, you assume it's this type. It's not that type. That type is called grand mal seizure. This type is called petit mal seizure or absent seizures. In other words, if you just notice that all of a sudden your child just stops what they are doing and they are staring into space, they are not moving, nothing can move them. For sometimes they notice that their eyelids start to flutter. Some people start to smack their lips. Some people just, yes, that can be a seizure. Because seizures actually mean that there is abnormal electrical activity going on in the brain, of which if you let it go on for a long time, it can lead to complications later in the future. So if you notice that somebody around you is developing this type of symptoms, it can actually be something you need to consult the doctor about. So take your child to the hospital and ask to see a pediatrician so that they can properly evaluate your child. Your child is developing things like this. So you can actually save this video or share it so that we all can be more aware. Let's help our children, because they are the one at risk of this type of seizures mostly.
Gbàdúgbàdú agbowó àgbàdo lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣé ń gbá kò lè rí gbà? Mo ìtàn ta àgbàdo ni. Mẹ́ta 1,000. Àwa gbowó àgbàdo lọ́wọ́ mi. Ibo mo ti fẹ́ rí. Ṣó ṣiṣẹ́ sí mi lápò ni. Tí gbàdúgbàdú gan bá wà kí ẹ̀fù má gba tọwọ́ ẹ̀. Owó píọ̀tà gan kò lè rí gbà. Agbowó àgbàdo lọ́wọ́ ta ni? Mi ni dáàdì ẹ ni. Má jẹ́ kí pìtìpìtì bá ẹ o.